Hello everyone, in this video we explore an article by Stephen McBain titled Are We Living in a Golden Age of Stupidity? We will look at how it connects technology, human behavior and intelligence. Then we will share interviews with students and a teacher to see how AI is being used in real life. Finally, we'll suggest responsible ways to use AI in university work, especially dissertation. Let's get started.
Here, I and Chamiska discuss about the summary of the article. The researcher reviewed experiment spark of global attention. Here finding suggests that when the students are using AI tool like ChatGPT to write the essay, they can't remember what the essay contained, signal of lack of real learning. She received thousands of mail from teachers worried about the students are working acceptable without gaining the genuine understanding. So here, the researcher explained that while the brains need friction and challenge to learn, humans are naturally drawn in shortcuts. The modern technology designed to be a frictionless encourage to us offload thinking.
Oxford University Press Word of the Year Brain Note described the mental dullness caused by the endless schooling through low-quality online content, including meaningless memes, AI-generated nonsense, etc. So, although our phones give us access to vast knowledge, the digital platforms are designed to capture our attention and not to improve our thinking. There are so many useful information on the internet hidden beneath, called as the information desert, filled with intellectual junk. Now, there are multitasking, which creates a false sense of productivity, as stated by Ms. Linda Aston in her research, namely continuous partial attention, a skillful state that damages the memory, focus, decision making. During pandemic, rigid educational AI system exposed their limit by rejecting creative problem solving by students. All reliance on the Google, ChatGPT weaken critical thinking and leave the students vulnerable to misinformation. The real threat is not the smart machine but the human surrendering judgment to poorly designed digital system.
I discuss here critical analysis of this article. The article presents a compelling warning about cognitive consequences of modern technology, particularly AI tools that reduce the need for active thinking. By referring to study that so lower level of mental engagement and weaker recall among users who rely on AI. The author highlights the real risk habitual cognitive offloading can weaken skills such as critical reasoning, memory formation, and sustained attention. They discuss the especially relevant in educational contexts where learning depending on the struggle, reflection, and intellectual effort. The article effectively shows the technology designed for the may unintentionally engaging superficial engagement rather than deeper thinking. The article's conclusion that we are living a golden age of stupidity and conceptually flawed. It is generalizes from limited experimental evidence and assumes that the reduce the effort in certain tasks equality to decline the intelligence itself. Historically, similar fear accompanied the introducing the writing, calculating, and the internet. At those tools unlimitedly expand the human knowledge and intellectual capacity. Technology not eliminated things; it is reallocate the cognitive effort when using.
අද අපි සමග සාකච්ඡාවට යොදලා ඉන්නවා යාපනීය විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ නීති දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවේ දෙවෙනි වසරේ ගොනු ලබන චමිෂිකා හිමාංශි අප ඇයගේ විමසා බලමු මේ AI ගැන ඇයගේ අදහස මොකක්ද කියලා. නාකි ඔයා දන්න විදිහට AI කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? AI කියන්නේ කෘත්‍රිම බුද්ධිය. ඔව් ඔයා හරියටම AI කියන්නේ මිනිස්සුන්ට සමානව වැඩ කටයුතු කරන්න පුළුවන් අති බුද්ධිමත් පරිණාම පද්ධතියක්. උදාහරණ වශයෙන් ChatGPT Gemini. එතකොට නම් ඔයා මේ AI භාවිත කරන්නේ මොන වගේ අවස්ථාවල වලදීද? ඔයා හිතන විදිහට මේ AI කියන එක හොඳ දෙයක් නක්කද? ඔව් මම හුඟක් වෙලාවට ඉගෙනීමේ කටයුතු වලදී AI යූස් කරනවා. විශේෂයෙන් ChatGPT ග්‍රෑමර් අඩුපාඩු හදා ගන්න, කේස් සමරි ගන්න, මම දන්නේ ඉංග්‍රීසි වචන සිංහලට ට්‍රාන්ස්ලේට් කරගන්න මේ AI පාවිච්චි කරනවා. ඒකේ මට අඩු කාලයකින් වැඩි ප්‍රමාණයක් කරගන්න හැකියාව තියෙනවා. හැබැයි ඒ හින්දාම මම කියවන්න යන ප්‍රමාණය අඩු වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ වගේම ChatGPT එකෙන් හැමතිස්සෙම නිවැරදි උත්තර ලබා දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ AI කියන එකේ හොඳ පැත්තක් වගේම නරක පැත්තකුත් තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් නැගී ස්තුතියි අපි සමග මේ සාකච්ඡාවට එකතු වුණාට.
So Aini, please tell us, what extent do you happen to use AI in your day-to-day academic pursuits? And what are the pros and cons of using AI in your learning activities? And also finally, we'd also like to know, if there are disadvantages of using AI, how do we overcome these shortcomings and then turn the process of learning via AI into a much more productive one?
As a student, I think we use it pretty much every single day because we rely on it so much, even for the smallest of things. But personally, I as a debater and an MUN, I use it mostly for research purposes. And what I do is when I get a vast or deep topic, I put this motion into an AI chatbot and I want it to break it down into key areas of research. So then I can move that into a search engine like Google and then continue my research. So this makes my stepping stone to researching far more efficient and far more time saving. I believe the biggest demerit of AI is the inaccuracy of data and statistics. And the way we can turn this into our advantage is to sort of treat AI output as an assistance and not final authority. And I believe we should not rely on it completely, but rather use our intellect and improve our ability to research. But on the long run, what's going to happen is the inaccuracy itself is going to be fixed because technology evolves day by day, and therefore, because of this advancement, these problems are going to be fixed.
இன்று நாங்கள் எய்ம்ஸ் இன்டர்நேஷனல் பாடசாலையிலே கல்வி கற்பித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கக்கூடிய அகமட் அவர்களை பேட்டி காணவிருக்கிறோம். இவர் முதலாவது கேள்வியாக ஏஐ தொழில்நுட்பம் மாணவர்களுக்கு எவ்வாறு உதவுகின்றதா அல்லது பாதிப்புகளை விளைவிக்கின்றதா?
ஏஐ ஆனது ஒரு வகையிலே மாணவர்களுக்கு உதவக்கூடியதாக இருக்குது. உதாரணமாக பார்க்க போனமாக இருந்தால் ஒரு மாணவனுக்கு ஒரு சப்ஜெக்ட் ரிலேட்டடான விஷயங்களை தேடி பார்க்கணுமாக இருந்தேன்னு சொன்னால் ஏஐ யூஸ் பண்ணுறது மூலமாக ஒரு குறுகிய டைம்லேயே அதனுடைய அந்த விடயங்களை பெற்றுக்கொள்வதற்கு மிகவும் இலகுவாக இருக்கும். அதே போல் இதில் பாதகமான தன்மையை பார்க்க போனோம்னு சொன்னால் மாணவர்களுடைய கிரியேட்டிவிட்டி இல்லாமல் போகுது. அதாவது ஒரு எஸ்ஏ ஒன்று எழுதுறதுக்கு மாணவர்கள் ஏஐ யூஸ் பண்ணுறதால அவங்களோட கிரியேட்டிவிட்டி மொத்தமாகவே குறைஞ்சு கொண்டு போட்டு சொல்லலாம்.
அடுத்த கேள்வியாக ஏஐ தொழில்நுட்பம் உங்களுடைய கற்பித்தல் செயற்பாடுகளில் எவ்வாறு உதவுகின்றது?
என்னுடைய கற்பித்தல் செயற்பாடுகளிலும் பெரிதும் இந்த ஏஐ உதவுகிறது. அதாவது நாங்கள் ஒரு சப்ஜெக்டை படித்து கொடுக்கறதுக்கு முன்னால் தேவையான நோட்ஸ்களை எங்களுக்கு இந்த ஏஐ மூலமாக எடுத்துக்கொள்ள முடியும். அதே போல் ஒரு விடயங்களை படித்து கொடுத்துட்டு அதுக்கு பயிற்சிகளை நாங்கள் உருவாக்குறதுக்கும், அதே போல் யூனிட் டெஸ்ட்டுகள் மாதாந்த டெஸ்ட்டுகள் செய்கிறதுக்கும் பெரும்பாலும் அந்த ஏஐ யூஸ் பண்ணுறது மூலமாக எங்களுக்கு அதை இலகுவாக பெற்றுக்கொண்டு எங்களுடைய நேரங்களை எங்களுக்கு மிச்சப்படுத்திக் கொள்ள எளிமையாக்குது.
Artificial intelligence is transforming undergraduate learning in ways that are both exciting and empowering. One of its greatest advantages is personalization. AI can adapt to each student's learning pace, style, and strengths, providing customized explanation and practice that traditional classrooms simply cannot match. AI also breaks down barriers to understanding. When students struggle with complex concepts, whether in law, science, mathematics, or humanities, AI tools can simplify ideas, offer examples, and provide instant feedback. This allows learners to build confidence and take charge of their own academic progress. Moreover, AI enhances productivity. It helps students organize research, check grammar and clarity, generate study summaries, and even simulate real-world problem-solving scenarios. Instead of replacing human thinking, AI frees students to focus on creativity, analysis, and deeper learning. In a world where information expands faster than ever, AI equips undergraduates with the ability to learn smarter, not harder.
There are disadvantages of using AI. As AI becomes deeply embedded in everyday work, people are gradually begun to offload the essential thinking to machine, which reduces the independent reasoning, creativity, and the memory retention. Researchers also now show that when AI assists with tasks like writing, problem solving, users often struggle to recall the information, nor they understand what they produce, because the cognitive effort that led to real learning, which is replaced by the passive acceptance of AI-generated answers. AI also encourages encourage a fast, conveyance-based mindset that weakens deep focus as the constant digital prompts and the multitasking create shallow attention and the mental fatigue. Another major disadvantage is the ease with which AI can spread misinformation, distort fact, or generate the convincing but false content, making it very harder for the individual to trust the information and think critically. Also, over-reliance on the AI also risks creating a generation of the professionals who depend on automated tools rather than cultivating their own judgment, problem-solving ability, originality, etc. And ultimately, while AI can increase efficiency, unchecked dependence threatens to erode the human creativity, cognitive strength, and capacity for the meaningful independence of all across of the field.
To mitigate disadvantages using AI, our group proposed a set of guidelines as to how the AI should be used efficiently. The first guideline is to use AI responsible. We should never use AI to harm, deceive or manipulate others. Second, we must protect privacy. Sensitive personal information, whether our own or someone else's, should never be shared with AI tools. Third guideline is to verify before trusting. AI is powerful, but it can still be wrong or outdated. Fourth one, we need to be transparent. When AI contributes to our writing or analysis, we should acknowledge it clearly. Also essential to prevent bias and discrimination. Another important point is to maintain human oversight. AI can assist us, but human must always make the final decision. We also need to use AI legally and ethically, as well as security is equally important. Finally, we should set clear boundaries for how AI is used and regularly review and improve our practice to ensure safe and effective use. As a group, we concluded that McBain's article reminds us that while technology can make society seem less thoughtful, the real issue is how we choose to use it. Our disagreements show that people are not becoming stupid, but rather depend on fast, easy information. If we use AI carefully, checking accuracy, keeping their own critical thinking, then AI becomes a helpful support, not a replacement. So ultimately, it is our responsibility to use these AI tools wisely. Thank you for watching our video. We hope you found it useful. Please like, comment and share.